Mother Nature can break anything built by man. You put a 30-foot levee and you get a 35-foot tidal surge and the place floods. So be prepared.
Retired Lieutenant General Russell Honoré spoke today in New Orleans about being prepared for hurricane season during this turbulent time in our federal government. He says with cuts to FEMA and an above-average hurricane season once again predicted, we need to rely on ourselves and each other if a big one hits.
I am really concerned about the chaos that Washington has created with all of our safety nets, particularly FEMA, and I guess I'm not really clear on how really much that will impact us until it happens.
Linda Raff lives uptown and came to First Grace United Methodist Church on Canal Street to hear from retired Lieutenant General Russell Honoré on ways to get ready for hurricanes.
Let's get ready. Hurricane season's here. The game's on.
General Honoré is a Louisiana native and known for his tough talk and gruff management style in the wake of Hurricane Katrina. His message inside the church was clear. Help yourself, don't leave anyone behind, and prepare like no one is coming.
The government ain't good enough to do that. Listen to me. You with me? This is a human responsibility. You don't leave with an empty seat. The majority of the people that we recovered, the dead after Katrina, and the data will show it, were elderly, disabled, and poor, and in some cases all three. And the majority of them were by themselves, alone at home, the dead that we took out of these homes here in New Orleans. And that's a lesson to remember.
Last month, an internal memo from the Federal Emergency Management Agency said plainly FEMA is not ready for this year's hurricane season, and that has set off alarm bells across Louisiana. But the large-scale staff reductions, travel and training restrictions, and grant cutoffs by the Trump administration are not just limited to FEMA. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is seeing the same issues as they work to track and forecast hurricanes.
We acknowledge their deficits. We always have acknowledged that, but there just is clearly less money and less organization in my mind.
While the turmoil in Washington continues, General Honoré says the work in New Orleans to prepare for a storm needs to start on your street and be prepared to evacuate when the time comes.
I will leave immediately, but I'm nervous for the city. I'm nervous for the whole Gulf Coast area.
People need to wake up and pay attention to what's going on, and that means politically, but it also means in terms of preparedness and a plan to evacuate. That's what General Honoré really emphasized.
The federal government, however, says FEMA is fully activated in preparation for hurricane season, with one administrator saying FEMA is shifting from being too bloated and dead weight to a lean agency that can move faster and empower states to provide relief. General Honoré gives credit to Louisiana, saying that our state's disaster response is top tier. But in the immediate aftermath, the one person he says you need to rely on is you.
Having that 7-day supply of water going into hurricane season is a good thing. And having a 30-day supply of medicine is a good thing going into hurricane season. And be prepared.